please share once again.
I can't see whether it came or not. We can't increase the size. We got it. Yes, Saurabh. Hello?
Got it.
Yes, we got it.
So this is one small trick that we do.
Okay.
Usually, what will happen? The classification will be different. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Have you
Uh.
have you seen by choosing different classification priority number changes?
Yes, yes, that I noticed. But it automatically gets assigned, but
It will
I
always
didn't
come on
see
the
the number
midpoint.
order.
It will come in the midpoint.
Oh, oh, okay. Okay, now we will have to go and see if this is working or
That
not.
sure we'll see. So far, okay.
Okay. Uh,
Amba,
I'm not
Yeah.
great, but I'm
yeah, yeah.
okay.
I don't expect you to be great right away. Okay, I know it is painful. So
So,
now
so
I understand the approach. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. So like later on also, like, maybe this weekend I will sit and try all these.
Yes,
So like if I have any doubt Monday also I can ask, right?
yes, yes.
Okay.
No time out.
Sure. Thanks.
No, no. Please try and ask me. Not an issue.
Yeah.
Practice time. So it will help you also. Do couple of iterations. These things will get figured out. Don't worry. So should I stop sharing now? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I'll stop sharing.
No. Anything else you wanted to show?
This is all I did, Saurabh. This and that the PF thing.
Okay. Okay. No, I think good progress. Trump will be pleased.
Hopefully. I want to please him.
Right now, he is very, very grumpy.
I know. And Republic is not able to cover the best news.
Yeah.
Mm.
They don't know what to cover.
Yeah. Republic has got a taste of its own medicine.
I know. It's rude for us to say this now, but still, they did go overboard in a lot of
Oh, absolutely.
situations.
Every situation he goes overboard. There's no need to,
Yeah,
scream and shout and huff and puff.
Correct.
yeah. Everything he has to shoot.
last year or the year before, India Today ran
Hmm.
a cover story. They said
Hmm.
the man who killed evening news.
But there is that he still has a huge fan base. I think
Yeah, it's
infamous
like
people or
Trump.
people.
It's like Trump.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
BJP. You know, Modi. They have a huge following. Isn't it ZSBG? What is it?
1 second. Uh, it's UCF 3.
UCF3.
Saurabh, is there a place where we can go and read up on US payroll, like about their specific elements? We are very refined to Indian elements and components, but no awareness on what they do.
My first suggestion would be go and read docs.oracle.com.
Huh, okay.
Okay. Let me share it with you. The other place is in the instance itself, the entire solution is based on US payroll.
But components we can't see, no?
You can.
Elements.
Uh, Go and search for elements. On the element screen, you can see all the elements.
How do we do a blank search? Can we do a blank search?
You do it
No,
by
no.
US legislative data group.
Huh, okay, I'll give that a shot.
ZSDG.
Is no UCF3ZSHD.
Oh,
Hmm.
HD.
D. It's asking for some classification. Oh.
Okay.
I'll be back in a second. Just a second.
Saurav,
Yeah.
like we have done this PF deduction, right?
Mm.
But how do we do salary deduction for unpaid leave of absence through payroll?
So there are two ways. One,
Hmm.
you could have an element which will say unpaid leave deduction. It can be a
Okay.
voluntary deduction. Input can be number of days, and you say that
Okay.
number of days into salary divided by whatever 365.25. So that will give you per day how many multiplied by number of days, you know how much. So that can be a deduction.
Huh.
That's one way. Another way, when we define in absence, someone takes more leave. So usually we make it a point that employees must record a absence. Based on that absence, that deduction will happen.
Okay.
So that is another way it can be done.
Okay. So that's why they the biometric and everything is has been
Actually,
checked, right?
biometric, yeah, biometric is and external to Fusion, because we don't do biometrics in the Fusion. So it has
Hmm.
to be recorded outside. You have to bring it in.
Okay. Okay. So here, what we do timesheet, right?
Timesheet. We do timesheet. There is a
Hmm.
time card module. So through
Hmm.
that time card module, you can link it to the project that they are working on, which activity in the project.
Okay.
Based on
Okay.
that, that will say how many hours the person has worked. So that is one way. If the person has taken more leave, then from the absence, you can do the deduction.
Okay.
So usually what happens when we sit down with the client during that process analysis in the beginning, you remember first day I was telling you that we do
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
process analysis where we understand the client's processes. There we try to understand how do their unpaid leave work.
Okay.
Some companies have a policy, they will say, no, we'll not do any leave deduction for the employee. We
Was
will,
it? Hmm.
we will adjust it with the next year.
Okay.
So, they have some human touch and all those things are there.
Hmm.
Some companies say that, there is no carryover.
Yeah. Yeah.
No
Hmm.
carryover is to force you to take those leave.
Correct. Hmm.
You use those leave. They are okay if you take leave.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. Now let's go and see. Okay, I'll show you how you can check what you have done. Okay. So there is something called as quick pay and there is something called as payroll. There are two ways. Quick pay means for one person at a time, and payroll means for a group of employees, multiple, people from different departments. All together, you can run it. There is also something called as a payroll dashboard. Payroll dashboard gives you a overall picture of what is happening and what are the different things that have been processed and so on and so forth. So you see right at the bottom there is a payroll dashboard. It shows you all the processes that have been run, how many employees have been processed, what are the details, what stages. Okay. So the green ones means the payroll has run successfully. So if I click on SA payroll monthly 8 GSF, it will show me these are the different processes that have run. So out of 21, 20 have completed successfully. So if I want to look at a particular payroll and you want to verify their details and all that, you can say verify payroll results. So individually, you are getting the employees who are part of that payroll. You can click on statement of earnings, balance result, costing result, run results. So these results are populated after the payroll is completed. So let's say for payroll, I go and check this person. So these are the elements that have been processed for that person. See pay value. This is the final value that has been added. And if I click on any particular element, let's say basic salary, this is the total 15,000 value that has been added, that is shown, that is populated. And at the bottom, you will get all the input values that were there. You remember an element can have multiple input values?
Hmm.
Making sense?
Hmm. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Why not?
I know that there are multiple input values, but we've not created, so I'm not able to connect what kind of different values one element can have.
You remember remember the basic salary, they had jurisdiction, city, state,
Hmm.
amount,
Hmm.
those values. So if you
Okay.
populate anything, those are the values like
Oh, okay, 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 okay.
periodicity, they have said annually.
Hmm.
Conversion rule, proration conversion rule annualized. Periodicity conversion rule annualized. Proration unit, ORA Delhi. So these are full-time equivalent, yes or no. So formula may be using these input values, may or may not. Based on that, you can do different calculations.
Okay.
And you can see the individual results once you like this GOSI. GOSI is the insurance for Saudi Arabia. So
Hmm.
you have a 375 and this is the annuity that has been given to them. GOSI processing, employer and employee. See, there are two parts. Employee GOSI 187 and employer GOSI 187.5. And if you look at the corresponding input value, the pay value, there is nothing else. No other input value is there. On
Hmm.
the employer, no input value is there. So where are they getting it from? Then you have to go and check where it is being assigned, and based on that, they are probably input value on this. So you have to go through them individually to see what was there and what is being processed and things like that. Okay.
Okay.
If you want to look at what formula is attached, then you have to go to that element, search for that element, look at the formula from the status processing rule, then go to fast formulas and review the formula.
Hmm.
Then if I want to see further things about this particular person, I click on this. This is my statement of earnings. So this is what he is earning. SAR, Saudi Riyal. This is for this period. This is for this pay run. This is for the year to date. So far in the year, how much he has been paid.
What is pay run?
Pay run is for that payroll. Whenever you are running that, that is a run. Now, along with this, you also have something called as simplified quick pay. Okay. Quick pay is for processing one employee at a time. For example, you may have created some formulas and you want to test it. Easiest way is give it to an employee and then process his quick pay. See, like this person's quick pay was submitted. It says in progress. So till it completes, it will not be over. It will not show the process results. So we can see something that is completed. All the quick pays are held up. Why? Surprising. Must be an issue there. See, all the normal payrolls have completed, but the quick pays are all mostly held up. Okay. Then what we can other thing we can check is, other than payroll dashboard, I'll show you another place where you can go and check. This is the simplified quick pay. Okay. So if you want to look at any of the processes that have been run, you can also go to um, there is a process results summary or the view flows. Flow is basically a series of steps that you take to process your payroll. See, for this person, giving is giving an issue, all the quick calculate quick pay. But for Carol Perry, this has calculated successfully. Okay. So if I look at Carol Perry, so see, for this particular person, which elements have been processed, what is the net payment, gross earning, net deduction, pre-tax deduction, employer contribution. This is for this particular pay run. This is the year to date. Kritika Amba, you are able to hear me?
Yes, Saurabh.
Yes, sir.
Do you see this? So this normally after you enter your formula, you process, you link up your element. Next step is to run a quick pay for this for an employee, whoever you're giving that element entry, and check whether it is being done properly or not.
Okay.
Understood?
Yeah.
So let's go and do something. Let me see if we can, play around with the system. We know Carol Perry, her payroll thing worked. So we have Carol Perry, and then go and look at the payroll entries. Okay, element entries. See, you have an element assigned CSKPF.
Yes.
So
I don't know if I did I assign it?
you didn't, or is it linked, or is it given to all employees?
All employees. Mm.
No, but the automatic entry is no. Anyway, you can go back and check. So suppose you give, let's say we give two things. Okay. Um, what were our elements that we have here? CSK.
No, no. For what? For PF?
Let's say basic, PF, and HRA.
Okay. Basic is CSK basic.
is HRA, right? That
Hmm.
CSK HRA.
I think I created two things. Okay, we'll
Which
go
one
with.
has the formula link? CSK HRA.
I think so, sir. Yes, I think CSK. Oh God, I forgot.
How dare you forget?
Huh? Is it there?
40%.
No, then it should be KKHRA, I think, because I didn't. This must. Okay, fine. I don't think this has a formula.
None of them have the formula. Amba US
No,
has a formula. KK has a formula.
I think KKHRA. Just check for K. This will have a formula.
Amba, any of your elements has a formula?
You can check. Even I'm not sure.
So KK will have formula. CSK, I
It
don't think has,
has.
because I think KK I created today.
And PF also. The CSK PF is the one.
No, no, that is not the one. PF is all KK, employer PF, KK employee PF.
There's no KK employer PF.
No, it is there. No, we saw. You also saw.
Did you create the eligibility rule?
No.
Sir, try with AG, PF, or
Not
HRA.
yourself on the knuckle. AG.
No.
I mean,
Come on.
This is where we failed
oh
you.
God.
Okay. Can I quickly do that here
Yes, please do that. Amba,
so that we can see
try.
the result? Because at least
Even
the
I'll do
formulae and
it.
things are there.
Yes, please do.
Sir, please try with AGPF. I see it's compiled. Oh shit. Uh, but the date is different. Date is 11/20.
Yeah. So anything after 1120 it should show up.
Should show.
Yep.
Okay. But I see it is it's showing green here. It's showing
And
compiled.
okay, and that is the formula is showing compiled, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But no, I'm not asking for the formula. I'm asking for the element. Does your element have the eligibility rule?
Saurabh, I
Yes.
finished it. KK is done.
This CS KK.
KKPF, ER and EE. Employer and employee. Huh.
Which one should I take? Any one or both?
Both.
Both.
You can take employee, right? That is where we did indirect value and employee.
Then
That no, no.
Amba, you want to rectify yours, or should we proceed with this and you can rectify yours later?
Yeah, yeah, I can do it later. But
Okay.
I know the process. Yeah.
Okay. So there is no input value on this, so that's why we'll just save it like that. Now our element entry for this employee is done. Okay. Next is we have to process that employee's payroll. So what did we say? You can process in two ways. Either you can do through payroll or you can do through Quickpay. So let's go and see how we can run it for Quickpay. So there is a quick pay payments. Payments comes after calculation. Okay. So not before the calculation. Or you can sometimes what happens, this quick pay payments, it can process both at the same time. It will do the payroll processing as well as it will do the payments all together. So let's say now we choose calculate. Now what we had noticed was the payroll for December, the first one was already done, right? So we'll now try to do it for either the one second half of your, it's a semi-monthly one. So till 15th it is done, let's say. And if I want to do a supplemental, that means on top of the regular, I'm doing an additional run. Okay. And I will then submit this. These are the other elements that are assigned and they will be processed.
Supplement means what, Saurabh?
Supplement means in addition to the main run. So sometimes what happens, the main payroll run is running and they have
Mm.
some bonus or they have some absence related additional payments or work overtime payments, which can
Mm.
come as a non-regular run,
Okay.
which is called supplemental.
You can do it with even if it is not within that period.
Yes.
Okay. Same.
So this is the log file which you can check what is the problem. It gives you a message. It may give you a message rather. Sometimes it gives, sometimes it doesn't. So from the nature of the message, you can try and find out what is the issue. A text file will open up. Open it with WordPad. With WordPad, it is usually properly formatted. You can open it in Notepad also. It will all come in one single row. Paste status processing rule. So there is more than one status processing rule. Is there any element which has more than one process? The ones that we are using? I think that basic was up.
Saurabh, hello,
Yeah, go ahead.
Saurabh. So, how about we creating a new employee and then adding these elements and doing a
We can do
supplement?
that. Yeah, yeah, no issues.
So, for that we need to run a supplementary payroll,
No,
or
yeah, you can come. You can do a regular run also. Only when you do it,
how?
now ensure that you start like from, let's say, like June, July, August. You can run their payrolls every month.
Oh, okay.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yes, yes, yes. It needs to be in June, July, August. In that order, I should do.
Yeah.
Is that
Then you will have multiple payroll runs, and then you can review the results. You can make changes, tweak the changes.
okay?
The other one, the PF that we assigned, the basic that we assigned was CSK, right? CSK
Hmm.
basic or KK basic?
CSK basic.
Your voice is breaking. Kritika, can you hear him?
No.
Is it better now?
Ha
Yeah.
ha.
This has only the basic rule. So it's not this one. What was that other HRA element that we had? CSK HRA or KK HRA?
KK.
See, there are two of them over here. Okay. So it is probably getting confused between these two. And what we can do is we can either,
This I don't remember creating this. What is
yeah,
that?
that the system creates on its own.
No.
So we can just go and probably make this. Ours was a flat amount, percentage of earnings, right?
Yes, percentage.
Missed out on the date. The reason it was not allowing end dated of that rule is either there is a future some entry is there, so if you end date it, then the future entry gets messed up.
Okay.
Or the other reason could be that something is dependent on that particular status right now in the after this particular date. So that's why it was not allowing to be change it. So what I trying to now do is I'm trying to create another element. From there I will remove that status processing rule right away before we can assign it to anyone, and
Okay.
then link our formula to it.
Okay.
not allowing me to make changes. So what I'll do is I'll go to caret query and probably remove this element and see. See, one more thing here, this rollback. Rollback is like deleting whatever changes you have done. Okay.
Okay.
So you can do a rollback here, which means it will remove whatever we had submitted for
Okay.
this person. Once you roll it back, you will find this would have disappeared from the queue. This is the one for refresh. Actually, this quick pay that they have run, they ran it on 311. So I'll now go to her element entry screen. Okay, so this has been processed. You see 1511 has been processed. So we have to process something after that.
Okay. And that's why we did a supplementary.
So I'll go to since this HRA seems to be giving the problem, I'll just remove this entry from here for now. Alright. And we can go back to person management. Let's go and submit the persons. Student 21. Now these dates will change. It has become 11:30 now. Okay. That means the next
Next payroll sequence.
HRA. Does KKHRA have any formula attached?
KKHRA has formula. You can delete CSKPF also.
That has two formulas.
I don't know, but we'll just delete it. It's unnecessary. Why to take risk?
Yay! Saying no error.
But it is saying 000.
Something is in process.
Do we have basic here? Please go down. We can't see elements here, right?
No, our elements actually what these are the balances. Okay. So we'll have to go and look at the individual elements, the pay run results, the individual elements, whether they have been processed or not.
Oh, we didn't get.
We got 000 for
We didn't get
everything.
an error. That is an improvement over what we were getting so far. Always be positive. And then
We can hardly hear you, Saurabh, now. Again, it's gone very bad.
is it better now?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you do this always? What is that you're doing now?
I'll have to tidy it up with my mouse.
Kritika,
Hmm?
you watching TV? You started watching TV.
No, something message is coming up.
Acha. Saurav,
Yeah,
it's going over my head, Saurav. I'm
yeah,
not
I
getting
know, I
anything.
can understand. And you must be hungry too. So, um, I'm just trying to find the issue why,
Hmm.
where we can go and just take a look at it. It's not showing up from there. So, what I'm trying to see is, the elements that we had created for that
Hmm.
particular employee, whether it has been processed or not. Okay. So,
Okay.
how will I know it has been processed? By going and checking in the different, results that are there. So, we had this payroll process summary. Actually, in different screens, na, they have different things coming up. So that's why you may have to go to more than one place and check how it has been processed.
You showed one screen where everything came up,
Huh?
no, sort of
And
the earnings
but right
and
now, when I go to it, it's not showing. That's the place we go to look at everything after the payroll is run.
why do people do payroll? This is so tough. If Bill Gates didn't have Microsoft and we didn't have Excel,
Then you have to go back many hundreds of years.
if we didn't have Excel, what would companies do? I wonder.
I think I'll let you girls go, okay, and I'll double check on this why it's not coming up, or where see that.
Sure.
Maybe we will just create a new employee
Because
and I'm,
unless you are able to see the result, now you will not get that you know
yeah, yeah.
feeling that yeah, what I have done is correct. That's why I was eager to show you this.
See, after we create and all these formulae, we need to go to Quickpay, do calculate,
Yeah,
and then go there,
check.
go to process payroll details. What is it?
Yes,
Process something, and see if everything is there.
yes.
So, what if I create an employee fresh with who's got no other salary creations, and then add CSK, HR, basic, and try
Yeah, yeah, you
tomorrow?
can try that. Not an issue. Yeah, the important thing is looking at that, the
Okay, so the semi-monthly payroll has been tagged in the assignment thing.
yes, the person is tied to that particular assignment.
Okay.
That's why when you run this semi-monthly payroll, she's linked to that. The payroll relationship is linked to that.
Okay, fine. Instead of doing semi-monthly, if we just leave it, it will do it anytime, right?
No, it will not process anything because usually it goes by payroll. So they have to be linked to some payroll to be able to process it. Or the other option is, you just leave it like that and, That's an element entry. So if payroll is run, you ideally have a payroll link to it.
Where do we give that payroll link
Payroll relationship on the employee
and create monthly?
and assign the monthly one,
Okay,
monthly or semi-monthly.
okay, fine.
I'll see if I can fix it. Then I'll email you girls so that you can, then try it out.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, Saurav.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Bye, bye.
Yeah.
Bye,
Bye.
Alba.
Bye. Good night. Bye,
Bye.
Kritika.
Bye, bye.